No, we're all good. Everyone, I apologize. This was a lot of techie issues. Well, it is Mercury retrograde, so, but we are finally live. Oh my goodness. We're a little bit behind, and I have one of my favorite speakers here with me. How cool is that? So all I'm going to do is say, hello, welcome everyone to another Empowered Talk Summit. I'm super excited. I'm so excited that I got on live. Yay! You know, these are the things you have to be ready for when you're an entrepreneur or anything. I mean, any number of gajillion things could happen. So with that, I'm going to intro. Oh, hang on. I have a bio for Lori. I'm not just going to say, here you go. This is Lori. I think I have a bio for Lori. If I don't, she may have to introduce herself. Just one second. So today we're going to be doing this amazing, what is going on here? Why can't I? Oh my gosh, what is going on? Lori is with me. Okay, so let me see what I can do. Oh, I may not be able to read bios today. Oh, here we go. Okay, so today is Holistic Harmony, and I know Lori has some amazing news for us today. That's all I'm going to say. And this is Lori A. McNeil. She is an international media, marketing, and branding expert who specializes in helping entrepreneurs and business leaders understand the power of developing one cohesive plan. She is a she's a powerhouse. She really is a powerful speaker who empowers and inspires others to step into their greatness and use media to reach more people and increase sales. Lori was selected as an official speaker for the Think and Grow Rich World Legacy Tour and was invited as a featured speaker for Turning Point 2020 with 2.25 million people attending live. She is featured in well over 500 times a year, and her global work earned her the Lifetime Presidential Service Award and most recently the Global Visionary Leader Award, as well as special leadership recognition by the LA Tribune, and who knows how many other awards and who knows how many media coverages. I don't even think she knows anymore personally. There's so many. Oh my gosh. Okay, good. There you go. With that, I give you Lori A. McNeil, and hopefully we will stay live. Okay, go for it, Lori. I think we're live.
Well, thank you very much. And yes, Marianne, sometimes we have all kinds of tech issues and you just have to roll with it because that's part of being an entrepreneur, right?
That's
Yes,
right. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You win. Sometimes you learn. Sorry, not
yes,
lose.
sometimes
There's no
you learn.
losing here. Yeah, we're
That's
good. We're good. We're good. Yay. Okay, thank you.
that's true. Thank you so much for having me. I am honored to be the opening keynote speaker for this event, and Marianne has asked me to help kick off her monthly events every month this year, and I'm honored by that. So thank you so much, Marianne. And we are going to dive into some really cool stuff today. And you'll want to stick around till the end because I have a very, very exciting announcement and some very cool things that I am launching for the very first time right here this morning. So you want to take notes while I offer as many nuggets as I possibly can to you guys over the next 45 minutes or so. And then I definitely have some cool things that you don't want to miss at the end. So I am so excited to be a part of this monthly event. And I love the fact that there are different topics that Marianne brings to us every single month. And as entrepreneurs, as we think about living our lives in balance, living our lives in harmony and in peace, and we think about what that looks like and what that means, what we need to understand is that that means something different to everyone. I think as entrepreneurs, we think, well, I want to do this right, and I've got to cross all my T's and dot all my I's, and I've got to do it exactly like so and so over here. And I think what you have to really remind yourself of, especially in this age of technology, is that you really cannot compare yourself to anyone else. Everyone's journey is very, very different, and it's supposed to be different. So I think that that's an important reminder that we have to continually just plug into our own thoughts and into our own mind, because it doesn't matter how long you've been in business, there's always going to be that doubt of, well, gosh, should I be doing this, or should I be doing that, or am I advancing fast enough, with technology and with the world, and am I staying cutting edge and all those things. And yes, as a leader, you need to do your due diligence and making sure that you're constantly learning new things and that you're constantly doing what you can to stay as that leader in your industry. But at the same time, I think that part of that internal and external harmony that you have with yourself and with the people that you are meant to serve is to not allow yourself to get wrapped up into the competition of what's going on around you in an unhealthy way. There's healthy competition and there's unhealthy competition. And there's that healthy competition that kind of helps push us a little bit to be better. And then when you start to almost self-sabotage because you think you're not as good as the other person, or you think you're not doing as much as you should be in an unhealthy way, that actually is internal and gets pushed out to the external. And you're not actually serving the world in the way that you were meant to serve the world, because your focus is not in the right direction. So I want you guys to really think about that and what that looks like for you, and how your mind has been in 2024, and how you can actually step into that different sense of self and harmony as you move throughout the rest of the year. I'm hearing a lot of things from a lot of people, as far as even the strongest leaders right now are having a lot of self-doubt and a lot of scarcity. And they might be super, super strong leaders, but there's a lot of challenges that the world is facing. There's a lot of challenges in the industry. There's a lot of things going on. And so I want to encourage you to really evaluate that for what it is, and really be able to differentiate and have that difference between what's real and what's the reality and what's the perception. Because sometimes there's a lot of confusion that gets kind of muddied between what truly, truly is real, what matters, what doesn't matter. And I think that in our minds, we can get really caught up and not understanding the difference of what's really going on around us, and allowing the perception to actually infiltrate into our hearts, souls, and minds in a negative way. And we might not even fully realize that. So as leaders, as we move forward in each of our industries, it's important that we're paying attention to what's going on around us, but we're really having that greater sense of filtration system in order to really block out what is not meant for us, what is not serving us, so that we can protect our peace and maintain that harmony to move forward in the direction that we were meant to go, and not feel like we're constantly getting dragged back. And this may sound really simple, but I'm mentioning it. And if you've heard me speak on these platforms, more than once, you've heard me say that I mention certain things on purpose, because I try to bring to you guys the most cutting edge challenges that I see entrepreneurs making every 30 days. When I speak on this platform, I bring to you guys certain concepts, certain reflection points on purpose, because of things that I am seeing in the industry. So it's not just random things that I'm telling you in a generic way. So I want you guys to really, right now, if you're taking notes, I want you guys to write down 5 challenges that are real to you. They're really, really real. And 5 things where you're reflecting upon where you think, that might not be real. That might be my perception of what's actually going on. Is this really a challenge to me, to the industry? Or am I coming from fear and scarcity and competition within, where I'm viewing this as a bigger issue than it really is? So I want you guys to really think about that as you move throughout this event today, and really be very real with yourself and do some deeper dive, because sometimes what we think is real is actually not really real. we don't have the right mindset going into the situation. And so what we're viewing is perceived and not real. So this is something that I want you guys to really think about, because it makes a huge difference in how you navigate the day. It makes a huge difference in how you show up for people. It makes a huge difference in how you're able to even see solutions or see opportunities, because your mindset isn't quite right. And when your mindset isn't right, your actions are not where they should be, and you're out of balance. You're completely not in harmony with who you were created to be and how you're supposed to even be navigating that space every 24 hours. So I want you guys to really think about this, because some of you have been stuck in the negativity because of, you name it, technology, right? So Marianne has a choice right now. Is she going to allow what happened to, you know, think that the rest of this event's just going to be horrible, right? Everybody has a choice. And I know Marianne's not going to do that. But we have a choice when things happen to us of how we're going to continue on, how we're going to erase that, get rid of all of that negativity that maybe we experienced in the moment, so that it doesn't actually affect us moving forward in that space. And I understand sometimes it is difficult. Sometimes it just feels like things are coming at you from every direction, personally and professionally and community and kids. And I mean, you name it. I get that. We've all been there. But here's the thing. There's things that you can control. There's things that you can't control, but there are always choices that you have. There's always a choice that you have. Even when it seems like everything is against you, you have a choice. You have a choice to say, I'm not going to let this person affect my relationship with this person. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to shake it off. Or maybe, if the possibility is there, what can really be put off till tomorrow, and you need to do a complete reset. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes you've got back-to-back meetings and there's all these things, but you always have a choice. So never look at the situation as, oh my gosh, this is going to ruin my whole day. How many times have you said that yourself, or you've heard people say, oh, I started off the day wrong and my whole day just went downhill from there. Well, you know what? That was actually a mindset issue from the very beginning of how you navigated that, and then how you moved on throughout the space. Now, do you continue to have challenges throughout the day? Of course, that happens. Absolutely. But how are you actually resetting that to where you can stay in peace, and you can stay in harmony, and you can stay balanced with everything that you're doing? And sometimes you have to reset, and you have to reset. And that is part of staying in that healthy mindset and staying in that healthy leadership. So now some of you may be thinking, well, Lori, what in the world does this have to do with media branding and marketing? Well, first of all, I'm an international business strategist, which means at the core of everything that I do, it is about complete business strategy. And if you've heard me speak before, you've heard me say 1,000 times, I'm sure, that anything with internal and external is directly related. So it doesn't matter if you are not at peace with yourself, if you are not in balance internally, you're actually going to be out of balance externally and in business and professionally way more than you realize. So when you are not in that right space and you haven't learned to reset that, and you haven't learned to not let certain things throw you off with future, and future could be the next hour or the next meeting, with future opportunities and future interactions, that's a skill that you need to learn. For some of you, it may be going into meditation. For some of you, it may be prayer. For some of you, like I said, it may be a walk. It may be that you need to jump on the phone with, a completely different outside voice that can walk you through some stuff. Whatever that is, journaling. There's a lot of different things that work for different people. But when you have the mindset of, oh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. The reality is you're actually going down this rabbit hole of negativity, because you haven't taken the time to figure out the choice that needs to be made so that you can reset, so that you don't continue on this path of all of these, negative, the negative impacts of maybe one thing that happened. So when you show up to media, when you're approaching your marketing with your messaging, all of those different things, how you show up in that moment as you're creating that stuff matters. You can only fake it till you make it for so long before your negative vibe starts to come through in certain posts that you make, or you're not showing up as strong as you need to. It's in a variety of different ways. So you can't fool yourself. You can't fool the people that you're meant to reach as much as you think that you are. You have to deal with some of this stuff and then maintain that. And part of this piece that I want to point out that's very important is the integrity piece. You have to stay in integrity with yourself. When you are not doing that reset and you are not stepping into the calling and the way that you told yourself that you were committed to doing, and you told your clients and your customers in the world that you made that commitment and how you're going to step into that, when you're out of balance, when you're out of harmony, when you haven't done your due diligence to figure that out and maintain that balance, you're actually out of integrity. So I want you guys to think about how these pieces fit together. You are out of integrity with yourself and the commitment that you made to yourself. And then whether the people realize it right away or not, you're actually out of integrity with how you're showing up based on that commitment and that calling and that commitment that you made to your business, to yourself, to the people that are around you. So there's a direct correlation with that. Now, I want you guys to really, really think about what that looks like and what that means. And you may think, well, gosh, Lori, that's kind of harsh. That's kind of deep. That's kind of a little bit too, you're taking this like too far. And what I want you guys to understand is you can't possibly take it too far. When you are in that leadership role and you're trying to be the best version of yourself that you can be every single day and get to that higher and higher level, it's not possible. It's not possible to take things too far, because the depths of who we are, the depths of who we are created to be are really bottomless. They're really limitless. We put the limitations on ourselves. So when you take off the limitations, it's not possible to go too deep with internal work. And hopefully hopefully this is making sense, and hopefully you're understanding what I'm telling you, is that it is not possible. You don't reach a certain depth level and think, oh my gosh, I've made it. You don't think about that in an internal way any more than you think of it externally when we think of the definition of success or where we're headed. When we think, well, gosh, the sky's the limit. Well, as entrepreneurs, if we're thinking that there is no limit to what we can accomplish, then there should be no limit to the depths of how deep we can go internally in order to reach that external factor. The tools in our toolbox internally are uniquely created for us to solve external problems. If we don't take the internal work seriously, we are limiting what we can actually do externally. So when you think about the balance of harmony, when you think about the balance of what we're talking about and how that fits so interrelated with integrity, this is important when we are thinking about what our own capacity is on a daily basis and what we can actually accomplish in that month or in that year. So when we think about our branding and how we're showing up, and when we think about our marketing messages, and we think about how we show up on stage, and we think about how, we show up to the world, it absolutely is directly related. Are you showing up as your best self in visuals, in content, in context, in audio, in the whole thing, in our messages in our article, the messages we post online? Don't get wrapped up in going down the spiral of telling everyone every little thing that's going on in your life or in your day, and you're having a bad day, and this happened to me, and I ran into this person, and da-da. And the argument I get is, well, Lori, that's just being authentic. That's just being real. That's part of the like, know, and trust. No, that's you justifying your negative mindset of posting too much negativity. There is a way that you can show up authentically online and in public and be very real. When someone asks how your day, you don't have to just say, oh, it's great, when it's really not. You can say, it's been kind of a challenging day, but I'm doing pretty good. Like, you can be honest with somebody without necessarily faking it to the point. So there's a difference between that. But when you show up online and you start to catch yourself posting way too much like negativity of different things, this client did this to me and I'm doing this. So here's the difference. There should always be a lesson of reflection in what you post. And I've had this conversation with a lot of people. If you are posting something that seems like it's a little bit more on the negative side, but you just really feel like you want to share that, you need to reflect yourself on the lessons in that and actually show the other side of that so that people could learn from your experience. They can still get to know you. They can still have that emotional connection with whatever happened, but you're teaching them through the lessons and through the challenges that you experience. It's not just, I'm going to, dump all of this stuff of this experience that happened to me. And then, I hope you guys are having a better day than I am, or whatever it is that you might end the post with. It's what was the challenge that you faced in that? How did that affect you? How did you reframe your mindset? What did you learn from that interaction or that experience? There's a very, very big difference in how you share those challenges versus just dumping a bunch of negativity all over social media. And I want you guys to think about how you are showing up and how that's affecting your brand, how that's affecting your own mindset when you're feeding more into that because you're feeling it, you're experiencing it. Maybe you've already told 10 people, and now you're also putting it out on social media, telling the world and feeding into that negative emotion even more. So, and some of you are really struggling with this. So I want you to think about how all of these pieces are directly connected. You do that too many times, and are people really liking, knowing, and trusting you based on authenticity? No, they're thinking you're a pretty negative person, that maybe even though they like you, they want to work with you, that maybe you're not the person that they actually think that you are, or that they need in their lives in order to elevate. So if some of you are having trouble getting engagement on your social media, you might really think about the types of posts that you're making. So it might be that you're posting too much stuff that's just, hey, I'm having lunch at the park, right? And there's no actual reflection in that. There's no actual challenge or lesson in that or point to that, other than just, I'm having a sandwich at the park. And it may sound funny, but I'm seeing a lot of this on social media. You can post personal things on social media, but there needs to be a point to your post. Never post without a purpose. There's a deeper purpose than just, oh gosh, this is a beautiful park. I'm going to post a photo. There needs to be a purpose to some context of that photo. What are you thinking about? Is that your break? Is that your self-care time? Is that part of your messaging? It's all part of the balance of even what we're talking about today. There's nothing wrong with posting a picture of you having lunch in the park, but never post without actual purpose, because as a leader, we should always be teaching, coaching, speaking, our messaging, having a point to everything that we're doing. Even when you're taking a break, taking a day off, taking whatever it is. So I want you to think about how you are showing up in the world and how everything that you're posting should actually point back to your 3 to 5 messaging points. So your 3 to 5 messaging points of who you are, who you serve, the problem that you solve should be very, very obvious all the time in all your social media platforms, on your website, on every stage you speak on, whatever that is. So whenever you post about something and you think, well, gosh, how am I going to tie this in? When you are very, very clear on your 3 to 5 messaging points, and you're very clear on who you are, who you serve, the problem that you solve, you should easily be able to tie in some messaging to something. Like I said, if you go to the park and you have lunch, that might be self-care. That's an important business balance piece. That's part of what we're talking about today on this stage with maintaining peace and harmony and balance and integrity and all those pieces. That's an important thing that you are practicing as a leader, and that you're speaking with is an important part that everyone else should incorporate to be a higher business level leader. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's part of the essence of who you are and your branding and your messaging points, or just an overall, general business, tool or reminder. So there's different things that you should post, but you should never post without a purpose. So in addition to making the list of 5 and 5, like I mentioned a minute ago, the other thing I want you to do is go back through your social media postings. You can choose a dominant, whatever your dominant is, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are, LinkedIn. And I want you to look at the last 10 posts that you made. What was the main messaging points of your last 10 posts? And how can you actually improve some of the language that you use to support, if there's a photo there or whatever it is that your post is. How can you actually improve that, whatever it is? Because sometimes even when we think it's great, we go back and we look and we're like, oh man, I maybe could have worded that differently. I maybe could have included something that was a little clearer, or maybe I was just writing a whole bunch of stuff and it wasn't really adding a ton of value. It was a lot of fluff, whatever that is. So I want you guys to really pay attention to how you are posting. Another example of this is if you are on, because it's a platform, social media is a stage, it's a different kind of stage when you show up in that way. Just like you would if you were on a podcast or if you were on a virtual summit or a physical stage, you should always be watching and listening to your own footage, right? That's part of your training. That's part of getting better, is you watching yourself. Social media posting is no different. How much are you actually using your own posts as part of your training to get better? So paying attention to what other people are doing, absolutely. You should always be like, oh, I like what they're doing. Oh, I didn't like that. I don't want to do that. All of us should be doing that all the time, but we should always be using our own content for learning and development as well. So when you go back and you look at your last 10 posts on whatever you think that your dominant platform is, then I want you to really be evaluating your own postings and really thinking about, how could I improve these posts? The other thing I want you to do is to pay attention to the engagement that you got on your 2 highest engagement posts. What is different out of those 10? What is different about the 2 highest engagement posts that you did? Did you do a live? Did you do a video? Was it a certain type of a graphic? Was it a long form post, a short term form post? There's all these different nuances within social media posting. Pay attention to the highest engagement that you got on 2 of them, and then compare those to the other 8 and what makes them different. What makes your postings different? It doesn't matter if it's a thumbs up and they didn't post, if maybe they hearted it because they liked it, but they didn't actually write anything and make a post. They are engaging with you in some fashion. It doesn't matter if it's 5 hearts and your other post didn't get any. What prompted those 5 hearts? What prompted the engagement at all, whether any comments were left? Because there's a difference in those postings. And that's what you need to pay attention to, because that is all data. That's all giving you information that you need and what people are liking about your post, whatever that is. Pay attention to how you can take more of whatever those elements are and incorporate those to improve the other 8, because they're telling you something. So how can you improve upon those? So these are really easy tips that you can use right now today in order to think about things differently. And as you think about, and the more that you experience how to do all of these, the more positive and kind of more or less reinforcement that you're going to feel and to understand that you're headed in the right direction. And when you're focused in the right direction, you don't have time to mess with the negative or the wrong direction. So as I think about the most valuable information today that I can offer you in the form of balance and harmony and integrity, and how the internal and external are absolutely related, I'm also bringing to you very specific things that I see in the industry. And today I felt like it was really, really essential that I share with you some specific stuff regarding social media specifically, because of so many conversations that I'm having with people on a regular basis with social media. There are a lot of simple things that you can do that don't take a lot of, they take persistent, consistent action, but anybody can do them. Whatever your posting is, go evaluate your own posts. You don't have to be a social media manager to do some of the things that I'm saying, because one of the things that I hear is that, well, Lori, I don't know how to post. Excuse me. I don't know how to post. I don't know what I'm supposed to post. I don't know what my dominant things are. Da, da, da. I'm not talking about the social media management part of it. I'm talking about whatever you're doing right now today. You can still learn from whatever it is that you're doing, even if you feel like you're not skilled in social media. There's something within that. The other thing that I want to offer you guys, a couple more tips specifically with social media, is that you guys need to be using the stories feature more. I'm not sure why there's so many of you that have not embraced the stories feature, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's making you nervous, not making, I don't know what the deal is, but so many of you need to be using that. More people will see it. When you post to stories, it automatically will post on other platforms for you. So you have a choice. And even if you erase it, like on Facebook, for instance, it will ask you, do you want to delete this from Facebook only? Or do you want to delete this from Facebook and Instagram? So if you delete it from Facebook, it will still stay on Instagram. So if you're trying to save time with some of your postings, then that's a really easy way to do it. Go ahead and use the stories feature. More people will see it who maybe are connected with you on other platforms and not on Facebook. So there's a lot of different reasons why that is, but then it shows up usually for even more people versus the algorithm. You're trying to, post to the algorithm for just a post that you make on your wall, on your Facebook wall, for instance. So there's a lot of differences in that. And I want you guys to understand the value of actually using the stories feature more. The other tip I want to offer you for social media is that when you're making a post where you need to include a link, it doesn't matter what the link is, your CTA, whatever it is, I want you guys to understand that you want to wait about 30 minutes until your post gets some engagement of some kind, and then you post the link. So it used to be like a couple of years ago, the big tip was I'm going to post the link in the first comments, and that still helps and you can still do that. But what actually is more beneficial now is when you make the post, you wait 30 minutes and you wait for several people to engage in it, and then you post the link. So if you're trying to beat some of these algorithm tips and tricks, these are things that are very easy that you can do. Like, again, you can do right now today and everything that I've mentioned so far. And from this point forward, you're already going to be posting with complete intentionality, complete purpose, just in the few tips that I've dropped for you already. You don't have to be a social media expert to do some of the things that I'm encouraging you guys to do. These are easy things that you can do that will make a difference right now. So again, it's how you are showing up. It's how you are doing your due diligence to reach the people that you need to reach. And then what does that look like? And when you're reaching more people, then how are you showing up on those virtual platforms or podcasts? Or how are you continuing to post differently? Because you can't keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. And for some reason, some of you are like, oh, I'm just too busy. I'm just too busy. But well, you know what? If that's the mind frame that you've been in for the last 6 months or the last year or the last 2 years, nothing's going to change. You've got to make those changes that need to be made. Post to your stories, post with intentional purpose. Pay attention to what you're posting and how do you improve your own posts. There are social media experts that will go back and improve their own posts and repost it again. One of my dear friends, Jeff Hunter, he does this all the time. Like, he is a guru in the space in so many different ways. He will go back and recraft his own posts and post them again. And he's one of the people that I've known for a long time, that I consider kind of a mentoring, friend in the background. And so, like, if he's doing it, then why do I not have time, or why is that too good for me to do? So I want you guys to think that it doesn't matter how good you think you are. There's always room to improve. There's always a different way that you could have phrased something. There's always something within that post that you can learn. There's always maybe the same context, but you switch out the picture. A lot of this is about testing the data. It's about making the changes that need to be made to figure it out, so that you're not always stuck trying to figure out why certain things aren't working, or why you're just continuing to do the same things. Hopefully this helps you guys. I focused a little bit more on the balance and the integrity piece, and the social media piece maybe a little bit more than I usually do. But again, it's because of the conversations that I'm having and the struggles that I'm hearing people have. And I want you guys to be successful. I want you guys to be able to take action today in paying attention to what needs to be done, so that you can move forward in a stronger way and step into that stronger version of leadership in your industry. I love helping entrepreneurs just like you get from wherever you are to where you want to be. And I truly, truly care, which is why I am launching a very, very exciting thing. I've never done this before. I am launching an exclusive membership club. And it's a really, really cool design. I have a PhD in curriculum design, for those of you who don't know. This is an amazing, amazing thing that I've been working on for weeks in the background. I haven't said anything to anybody. I kind of put a little tidbit in Marianne's ear a couple weeks ago, but I didn't tell her a whole lot of detail. I told her I was going to be launching it and announcing it for the first time during her event, so that she had a heads up on that. But this is exciting, you guys, because as a business strategist, there's so many different avenues of business that I help people with every single day. So I am launching this exclusive membership. This is exciting. Are you ready for this? So it is regular training videos that are not found on YouTube. They're not found on Facebook. They're not found on my website. They're not found on any other platforms. They are exclusive to this. I am recording new content every single week just for this membership. So it's not like I haven't taken a bunch of stuff and I'm just dumping it into, the membership. It's exclusive. You won't find it anywhere else. Plus, I have downloadable curriculum guides, all these different supplemental pieces of resource and information that go along with each one. Plus, every month you get a live training from me, special guest, prizes, giveaways, Q&A, live coaching. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's coming with this membership, plus membership spotlight opportunities, lots of amazing things. But here's the cool thing, because my one-on-one coaching is $35,000 a year. So I have a lot of people that tell me, they're like, oh my gosh, Lori, I want to learn from you as much as possible. I can't do that. I can't do that every year or whatever it is. I get it. I totally get it. My heart is in helping people. So I'm doing something brand new. So I want you guys to really pay attention to this. Go to bbmembership.net, bbmembership.net, put in your name, your phone number, your email on a wait list. At 1:00 Pacific today, I am opening the membership. You will be sent a link at 1:00 Pacific today to actually pay and enroll. But here's the beautiful part. And I have so many people say, Laura, you are nuts. Why in the world are you doing this? Honestly, I have so many people I'm trying to reach and help right now that this is a way that I am offering major value, major live coaching opportunities, ongoing training opportunities, whole bunch of value, $27. I saw your eyes go up, Marianne. You're like, what? $27? Here's the thing, $27 because I'm launching this new thing.
Sorry, I have to interrupt. I just have to say $27?
Yeah.
For Lori? Are you kidding me, people? Jump now.
Yeah.
And then now.
I'm excited about it.
Okay.
I've had my mentors are like, Lori, you're insane. Why are you doing this? Honestly, it's in my heart. It's just in my heart. I just want to do it. So here's the thing. This is the beta. This whole thing is the beta because I'm building out all of the tech for it. I've got about 10 videos and supplemental and all kinds of stuff in there right now. And I'm going to be dumping more and more. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm going to be creating new content for it and putting it in there as we go. So you jump on for $27. You are grandfathered in. As the price goes up, you're set for $27. So you will get, it doesn't matter whether you're a speaker. It doesn't matter whether you're in e-commerce. It doesn't matter whether you're in the health space or whether you're in the brick and mortar space. It doesn't matter what it is. It's about business strategy. It's about business training and business content. So I cover hundreds of topics. So I have developed, and I've been doing this for 28 years, I've developed over 450 curriculum programs. So I have been doing this a long time. There's a lot of different topics that I'm putting in this membership, in this portal, to where you can easily find, you can watch all of them, or you can find the ones that you think only pertain to you, whatever it is. But again, this is information that's not found on any other platform. I'm recording new content every single week and actually putting it in here, and then developing all the guides and all the infographics and all the information that goes along with each one of them. And then for no additional cost, you can actually get live training and coaching from me and a special monthly guest and special prize drawings every single month. So for 27, if you get in now, doesn't matter what the price goes up to, you're locked in for the 27. If for some reason you leave at that, you will have to pay whatever the new price is when you come back in, because the idea is that it's gonna be built out to be something bigger and better all the time. And part of my expertise is in curriculum, not only curriculum design, but in technology integration. So everything that I'm doing is going to be absolutely amazing, and you don't want to miss out on what's going on. Not to mention, I'm going to be putting special opportunities and offers in there, all kinds of different things that you don't want to miss out. So if you've wanted to work with me in the past, and I know that there's a lot of you that have wanted to jump on to different things that I've been doing, this is an amazing opportunity that you do not want to miss for $27. So $27, even when I was just starting out, you guys, I didn't ever have an offer this low. So you don't want to miss this. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. My team and I have been working on it for weeks, and we're going to continue building it out even more. And we're pretty I'm excited. Like, I am super, super excited about this. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So you guys are the first to hear about it. Like, bbmembership.net is where you can go to get on the waiting list. At 1 o'clock Pacific today, you will be sent a link where you actually can register, pay the $27, and get into the portal and get all the information that you need. And I have no doubts that there will be hundreds, if not thousands, of people probably by the end of the week being in this membership. Like, it's gonna be absolutely hot.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So
you don't
Lori,
want to miss out on.
I'm gonna have you post that link, because I'm having people asking me for the link.
Yeah.
So Lori will post as soon as she's done speaking. Yeah, I should just stay quiet today. Mercury retrograde. But after, when she's done, she will post it in the chat on my Facebook. So keep an eye out on that. She will repeat it again. And then are you able to post the other link, the one that's going to be ready at 1 o'clock, like in case they miss this one? Or this is the one they have to go on first, period?
So here's the interesting thing. bb.net will be the live link. I'm switching out the content at 1 o'clock. So if you go to bbmembership.net and you get on the wait list, the content of what's on that link will switch at 1 o'clock. So the link will be the same. Does that make sense?
Yes. I was hoping you'd come back at 1 and still post it if you're around. Just post it on the Facebook page.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So bbmembership.net, but I will, if I'm able to, I will come back and like remind and repost and, you know, all that kind of thing. But I will post it when I get off here. I'll post it like right now. And then I'll be making all kinds of different announcements. So this is the first official announcement. You guys are the first to hear about this. But I'm going to be making different posts on my Facebook page and social media platforms and stuff throughout the day, because it will not be at this $27 for very long. Like, it's gonna continue going up, and going up quite a bit, like as it continues to get built out. So you don't want to miss out on the $27. So you guys, I specialize in media branding and marketing, but the heart of what I do is really about business strategy and then putting all of the pieces together and really to increase, like, reach more people and increase sales. So it doesn't matter what business that you are in. I've owned a lot of different businesses, both online and brick and mortar. I've been doing this a long time. And people say, well, Lori, I don't know. I own a nail salon. And I've owned and managed many hair and nail salons. Like, it doesn't matter what your industry is. You could be at a restaurant, you could be at a museum, you could be an online coach, a speaker. It doesn't matter. I've probably owned a business or a company of some kind. So it doesn't matter where you're at or what you're doing. Don't miss out on this opportunity to get ongoing. Not to mention the network alone is going to end up being huge. So don't miss out on the value and the amazing growth opportunities that business builders, by the way, that's what BB stands for. It's the Business Builders Exclusive Club Membership. And so it's a membership. It will be every month, but you guys, for $27, like you're going to get incredible value. So don't miss out on that. If you have any questions, let me know. Let Mary Ann know, and she can let me know, whatever that is. I'll answer the questions as quickly as I possibly can, but I've never done anything like this before. And my offers, even from the very beginning, have never, I think when I first started out, my first offer was even $1,000. Like I don't do things this like this. And this membership will not be at this for very long anyway. So don't miss out on that. So, oh, where did you find that? Oh, you pulled up my site.
I pulled it up. I wanted to show them what it looks like, and I just posted it in the chat. So.
Oh, awesome. I was like, wait a minute, my computer's doing something funny. I didn't realize that you were the one doing that. That's funny.
Well, I was telling my friend, I go, hurry up and get on here. I want you to sign up for this. And then I was talking to another one of my girls, and she's like, I can't find it. And I'm like, okay. So I said, I'll have her repeat it, but now I put it in there, so it's okay. And I just signed up. Everybody. So hurry up, get on there. How super amazing, and how honored am I that you launched it right here today.
I did.
I'll tell you, I know Lori from like maybe what now, 5 or maybe even 6 years ago. I don't even know. Let's rough it at about 5.
Yeah.
And I was taking a course with her then, and her work is amazing. You will not regret this. Hurry up and sign up. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, I know that you guys have an amazing rest of the event coming up. So I was excited to announce that at the end of my presentation, but I don't want to the event to be running off schedule anymore, because I've already said enough. I'm excited. I'm like a kid at Christmas today. But let me know if you have any questions. But you guys, I love doing what I do every single day, and that's helping entrepreneurs just like you get from wherever you are to where you want to be, and more importantly, where you were created to be. The world is waiting for you to show up. And with that, Mary Ann, thank you so much for having me, and have a great rest of the events.
Thank you so much for opening up again. Lori has literally opened up for every single event except for last month, where she was out of country somewhere. And even when she's out of country and out of town, she still somehow manages to, but I think you were actually in flight or something, so we weren't going to be able to do that. But thank you so much.
I would have if I could have. If I could do a live from a plane, I would have.
Yeah, that would have been good, right? Oh, there's Lori on the wing going, hey.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for launching your brand newest product right here. I mean, how amazing is that? And we are running a tad behind, and it's not Lori's fault. It's not necessarily my fault, maybe. I don't know, but we had some tech issues, so we started a few minutes later. Oh my goodness. It's wonderful, isn't it?
It's okay. It's okay. Just keep going. You guys are going to have a great rest of the event. Thank you so much for having me. And let me know if you have any questions.
Not right now, but thank you. I just see really wonderful comments, and I'm also having an issue with my phone, because usually I look at the live on my phone and I can't seem to comment. It won't let me. So it's the least of my problems right now. So getting up on live on Facebook was the best. So thank you so much, Lori. Have a wonderful day. Thank you again, everyone. If you have any questions, connect with me. If you absolutely lose all contact with everything, I will connect you to Lori. Don't worry. I know where she lives. Thanks, Lori. Have a beautiful day. And